Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your December 2016 reading. It's fantastic to see everybody again, and congrats. We've made it to the end of the year. I'm always really surprised as I do monthly videos because it's amazing to me how quickly this year has gone by compared to previous ones. I've been pretty busy, and I know a lot of you have as well. The past month has been a very interesting month when you look at world events, politics, and how that's affected the general sort of psyche and mood. One thing that I've been suggesting to a lot of clients or anyone that's reached out to me with questions or concerns is I really think that all of us would benefit from working to display or engage in more empathy. When I pulled your channeled information for this month, the word that came to me during meditation was flow. And I like this because to me, I see like a fluid river kind of flowing through. And I think the most important thing to know is that time passes, events continue, and what we have to do is decide what path we want to take. And some things we have to allow to happen, other things we might want to fight them, but you have to choose your energy wisely because sometimes it is like swimming upstream. And so, not to say that's impossible, and actually that's how change happens, but you can't fight every single thing. So my advice to you this month is, when possible, allow things to just be fluid. Decide when, where, if you want to sort of go against the flow. You want to be really mindful of those opportunities. The other thing that's great about this is flow of abundance is what I get when I see this. So a few signs have shown a lot of opportunity coming through, and I get that with you as well. So why don't we, usually I shuffle, but I'm also going to pick up your Catalyst card now because it seems like the perfect time to connect this with that message. And every month I pull a catalyst, and the catalyst is just as it sounds, what's going to set the month in motion. And usually everything that we look at during that month relates back to the catalyst and the channeled information. So just as I was alluding to, there's a lot of opportunity for growth and prosperity this month, and that's fantastic. What you have to do again is sometimes allow the changes to happen and decide when you want to jump in. Because I think whenever you're ready, the universe is absolutely prepared to give you new opportunities and areas where you can sort of stretch and grow. So let's give this a good shuffle and take a look and see in more detail what this month is going to have in store for you. While I'm shuffling, I always like to welcome new folks, and if you haven't tuned in before, I want to say first of all, welcome and thank you for choosing to spend some time here. Every month I will do a general reading, and then I hone in on specific areas of health, wealth, love, and destiny after. And so I'm pretty certain we can touch on all of the main areas that you're hoping to look at. This is a very, it's beautiful on this side, this spread. And I can see that a lot of you have come through a very difficult time. So I wasn't sure where it was all going until I saw the right-hand side here, which I'm quite pleased with. But let's start with the center card here, Ten of Swords, always a favorite. With the Ten of Swords, what I like about it being at the center of the spread is that it tells me you're at a point in your life where I believe anything that's negative or that needed to pass through has passed through. And if it hasn't, what I see in this month is you're going to have a chance to let it transpire, let it go. This is equivalent to like an on-off switch or a breaker. And usually when the Ten of Swords occurs in a deck, in a spread rather, what it's showing is enough. It's a full stop. It's like a period. So for this, you're starting the month off knowing what you don't want. And in some ways, that's just as important as knowing what you want. So perhaps you're dissatisfied with your job, your relationship, just maybe the way things have been going. Sometimes we get stuck in thinking, oh gosh, why? You know what? That's actually a fantastic thing to know. I'm not happy with this. So rather than sitting in the unhappiness, be grateful that you know this doesn't make you happy. Start to figure out what will and focus on achieving that. And if it's just that you met a disappointment or that there was a block put in the way, this tells me that the blocks are also pretty much over. It can't go further than this or this. So right at the beginning of the month, and we're talking the first week, the first day, if there's anything that you need to let loose in your life, whether it's a divorce, you need to quit, or if there's a habit that you want to release, do it. The first 10 days of the month will be a fantastic time to start rehabilitation, or if you're in a very good place, to start new projects, because I feel like the old is gone. Your health is actually going to improve as you move through this. It looks like you've already started on that route, so congrats and keep up with it. This card actually can relate to strength training as well. So for those of you that are feeling maybe atrophied, I'm one to talk. I obviously don't lift weights, but this is a channeled message for you. So if you're feeling like you need to, do more weight training, or that part of your body, like maybe it's physical rehabilitation, needs to be worked on, do it. You're going to benefit. You'll either, gain muscle mass or gain flexibility, or you're just going to feel a great rush of endorphins. So whatever sort of physical activity you want to do, go for it. This is really going to be great for you this month. As I look at your recent past and what's sort of pulling you into this month, we have the Four of Cups, and what this is really an opportunity. That was what I was talking about at the beginning. So we have the Ten of Swords here with a Judgment card, which is saying you need to make your mind up on something. This is about maybe only getting 75% of what you were hoping for. For some of you that are in a settlement, this could actually mean not getting all that you want, but having more than enough. For other people, this means that you might take a job or an opportunity, but still hold on to a dream or want something more. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm going to challenge you to not give up so easily. There may be something around the corner that could be a better fit. So for those of you that are job seeking, it would be better to wait until the latter part of the month. The first 2 weeks up until the 10th of the month is going to be tricky. Things start to improve though. Your outlook starts to improve around the 5th, and then definitely after the 10th, you could have new money, new opportunities, or some sort of a financial break happening, and that's a good thing. Believe it or not, despite this sort of upheaval at the beginning of the month, I actually see you in a great place when it comes to your ability to reach out to others, connect to others, and I think many of you are ready to either deepen a relationship or start a new one. So I love that we got the Ace of Cups here. The other thing that comes through when I see this, I look at these cards a lot, but I see different things every time. I see growth, creative growth coming through, and also a need to sort of like throw yourself into something that you love. Usually I see the dove as a sign of freedom, but I'm actually seeing the dove sort of like dig into what it wants, dig into what spirit's kind of pulling it into. So really follow your heart and your intuition and go for whatever that is for you. It could be a lifetime goal of maybe running a marathon, or becoming a triathlete. If that's the case, fantastic. Or maybe it's, you always wanted to learn another language, or write a book of poetry. Just follow your dream, do something exciting, and that's also going to open up new love opportunities for you. So the two go hand in hand. When I look at your environmental card, it's fantastic. The Star card shows me that this month the universe is sort of begging you to be seen, to be public, to reach out. So for those of you that maybe are public speakers, or if you work maybe as a woman or a man of faith, and you lead a congregation, or again, maybe you're an actor or an actress, this card says this month people will really connect to whatever your message is. So please don't be shy. This card typically says go for what you want. The nudity in this card, interestingly enough, is not just there for shock value. It's actually there to say that when you are your true self, there's nothing to hide. And it's encouraging you to be true and to shine brightly and to not hide any aspects of yourself. Nudity in tarot is typically, it's the same as divinity. And so when I see it, I'm seeing that you want to get closer to your soul's purpose. And if you do that, remember that the channeled message was to flow. And what do we see here? A water-bearing card where prosperity flows, recognition flows, people are attracted to you. So it's a good month for those of you that are in acting, any kind of performing arts, anything where people see or hear you. It's really, really good for you. I don't know how much I can say this, because when we look at the hopes, fears, and best outcome card, we have the world. And I'm going to pull the camera down again, because this is like the best possible spread for anybody that wants to somehow be noticed, because we have Ace of Cups showing your heart is open, the Star card showing that people are ready to receive you, the World card showing that you're ready, or if you choose to kind of use this energy, you will have an easy time bringing your message to the masses. And this is a success card. So whatever was holding you up here, the sooner you let go of it, the sooner this beautiful spread and flow of prosperity comes in. If you're looking for love, one thing that I'm getting is someone that is equal or brighter or better than what you think. So sometimes I don't believe in people being in and out of leagues. That's just nonsense. We're all beautiful, resplendent beings, and we're connected to divinity. Sometimes we just don't recognize our connection to the divinity. But be that as it may, what I'm seeing here is that if you're looking for love, when I see the Star and the World card, I see someone that is well-traveled, someone that is wise, possibly from another state, country, or ethnic background or religion. Something's going to strike you as not what you are used to. And then there'll be a very strong soul connection, because to me the Star card is one of the strongest soulmate cards that you can pull, maybe next to the Six of Cups. Pull the two together and it's definitely like a twin flame. But with this, what I see is a really strong recognition and a feeling like you've known each other forever, and the ability together to do really beautiful things. So if you're not looking for a love relationship, wow, you should start a business this month or connect on some creative level to a like-minded individual. Maybe you can co-write a book, or maybe you can, create a company together. Whatever it is, there's something beautiful that can happen. And I see this sort of setting off a 2 or 3 year sprint of positivity for you and your sign. So new job opportunity, and possibly if I had to pick somebody assigned to like who could be coming in for love, could be a nice earth sign, because we have a Page of Pentacles here. In the past, I'm actually seeing a Leo, but in the future, some sort of an earth sign like a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. The Star card for me can sometimes, even though we know Aquarius is an air sign, I actually see the water symbology here, and the symbol for the Aquarius sign is the star as well. So there you go. You could have a strong Aquarius or a strong earth sign, and I mentioned that's Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But rather than getting stuck on what the sign is, what I'm trying to help you recognize is the familiarity that you're going to feel when that person comes into your life. And so whether it's a friend, lover, or business partner, I don't know if I've been lucky a couple times to have met people where the first time I see them, I know we'll just be friends, and we'll be friends probably forever. And again, it's happened a few times, and I'm lucky. But if you've had that happen, you know how amazing it is to sort of, it's a rush, it's a recognition, and I see that potential for you. Now, if it doesn't happen for some reason, what you can use is all 3 of these cards to further your business, or any part of your life that requires attention, funding, support, because this is almost like an unstoppable spread. So what does this mean for 2017? It looks pretty good. It looks like you're sprinting in a good direction. We'll look at your Destiny card in a moment and see if that confirms what I'm seeing. But so far, I think you've got some tricky stuff that you'll be working through at the beginning of the month, possibly some heavy things that you're ready to let go of, feel like a burden almost. And once you kind of go through, it's a breakthrough moment. And then I'm seeing wonderful opportunities coming through if you're ready for them. And I see money and work and love and health all improving if you decide to take those opportunities. Free will trumps everything. But now let's expand the forecast, get a little bit more clarity on each of these areas. So we'll begin with your health. Although, again, with strength, I'm seeing it's good. Maybe you want to work on muscles, like either if there's anything that's atrophied or sore, or you want to do strength training, then that's great. So for health, what I love is it says effortless. So, and notice all of the water that's coming through on this. So that when I said I saw a stream flowing and I saw water flowing, there's a lot of it that's being duplicated here in the imagery. I would say if there's any way you can do something, well, first of all, okay, water can also indicate an emotional release. So at the beginning of the month with the Ten of Swords, you may find yourself in a place where literally it is like waterworks. So instead of waterfall, it could say waterworks, where you find yourself crying for no reason. It could be because you're happy, because you're sad, because you're stressed. I would just let it go. a lot of times tears don't even necessarily have to mean anything. It's the body's way of getting energy out of you. Because there's only so many ways. It's usually an exchange of air, of gases, of waters through sweat or tears, or through waste. So what you want to do here is just, if you want to cry, fine. If you want to sort of work it out and sweat it out, fine. But I think that the release, particularly through hydrating your body and crying or sweating, is going to be very, very helpful for you. So allow water to come in and find ways to get it out of your body through, like I said, working out, reading a sad book, or seeing a movie that's happy and makes you cry. Move it through your body. It's going to be very helpful. Once you pass those sort of emotions and the liquid out of your body, then you're going to feel much better. It's almost like a detoxification. All right, let's take a look now at your wealth opportunities, career included in that. And we have helpless and hopeless, and it's reversed. And so whenever I see this card, it's almost the inverse of what it says here, because really what this to me symbolizes is almost like a different version of the Two of Swords, where you see a woman that's blindfolded and she has two options before her, but she's unwilling or unready to take them. You may have a pivotal event happening around the 8th of the month. You're going to have two opportunities, and you may feel like you don't have a choice, but I see it as both paths are okay. You're going to have to trust your intuition and just go for one, and don't beat yourself up wondering forever, did I make the right decision? That's the best piece of advice I can give you on that. You can't always know everything that's going to happen. A lot of times the universe wants you to sort of just make the best decision you can. So I would say go for it. For some of you, if you need a little bit of help on this, I feel like you need to be stretching way outside of your comfort zone. The World card comes up when thoughts of relocation or global work or international knowledge or exchange of goods and services comes through. So again, it's a card of broadcasting, publishing, and trading. So if that applies to you, think bigger than you normally would. This is a card of being noticed, so think bolder than you normally would. This is a card of all the effort coming back to you, so work harder than you normally would. That's my advice on that. All right, so for your romantic and love portion of the reading, let's see what message wants to come through. It's interesting that came up a few times this month, heart-to-heart conversations. And so honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So the key to this is to be as honest as possible and to ask for guidance on this. You'll notice that we have angelic help here. I would actually be more practical about it and think to the universe and say, help me pick the right words and help this situation, help me understand the best time to go forward with this. So ask for specific bits of guidance rather than just, hope it goes well, help me out. So really be specific and say, I could use assistance in making sure that I channel the words correctly and that I put the right intonation into my diction so that people understand what I'm saying. And think in very technical, tactical ways to ask for help on this. But otherwise, if there's something you've been meaning to say, perhaps a breakup, then it's time. Breakup, divorce, or a confrontation where you have to get the truth out, because when we're looking at the star card, this is all about truth. As long as it comes from truth, it should be okay. It may not be easy, and there may be a falling out, but you'll know at least in that moment, that you've spoken your truth, and that's a freeing thing, no matter what the outcome, right? All right, so now let's take a look at your destiny card and see how it's tracking to this beautiful right-hand side that we've pulled for you today. Fertility. This has come up a few times as well. I do think next year's a really powerful year for folks. For you, I also see a crescent moon here. So I would say right after the new moon, some powerful energy will be coming through. Pay attention to the moon and cycles this month and next. But overall, fertility is great. This means fertile opportunities with love, with finance, even with starting a family. But I see a lot with anything that you start now is going to be great next year, 2 to 3 months into the new year. So Don't delay. Even if you don't see that immediate return, it's going to happen in the long run. So I'm very excited. You had a very optimistic forecast, and I'm never sure until I pull all the cards, but you've got some great stuff coming through. First thing is not to fight the flow, basically. Feel the energy this month is being fluid, moving you along. Pick and choose when and if you want to go against that flow. That's always your choice. But I do feel like it's pulling you towards growth opportunities. That may mean pulling you away from something that hasn't been suiting your better interests. So a job or a love relationship that probably will not end well, but it's the only thing that I see sort of like imploding at the beginning. So if you feel really emotional, something kind of breaks down at the beginning of the month, focus on all the opportunity that's coming towards the end of the month and allow yourself to mourn the loss of whatever that was, but don't let it define you. As I look at the rest of the cards, quick summary, there may be a feeling of restlessness or an uncertainty or even compromise that's coming through, but it should give way quickly to opportunity. While you're working through this, I do think it'd be great to do some sort of activity that's going to help build muscular strength, whatever that means for you. I'll let you decide. Love, finance, work, all looking really strong this month. We talked about a potential strong earth sign coming in, or an Aquarius as well. As we expand your forecast to look further into the areas of health, wealth, love, and destiny, with health, it's really important to move fluid through your body. Hydrate, cry, sweat, make sure that you're using the restroom enough, all of that. It's important to get fluid and the energy that is carried in that fluid out of your body. When it comes to opportunities, you'll be given two almost equal, maybe equally frustrating options, but you're going to have to choose one of them. I suggest the one that's going to take you possibly to a new location, to a new job, to a new country. Think big and think bold. There may be a need for conflict or confrontation. I see it happening at the beginning, before the 10th of the month. And then after all of this happens, really we're sort of paving the way for a very fertile and beautiful 2017. So you'll get more information next month when we look at your January forecast and see what's coming in for 2017. But so far, I'm fairly optimistic, and I think the key word this month is that there's a lot of growth and it's across the board growth opportunities for you. If you ever need more clarity or want to talk more personally about what's going on in your life, I'll put a link in the corner and you can see my rates and availability. I do offer one-on-one appointments. To keep in touch, the easiest way to do that is just to subscribe to this channel. I also have a newsletter, and I'm active on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So you can click on my social network link and decide if there's a way you want to stay in touch there. Finally, if you found that this was really helpful, I do accept donations just to kind of keep the channel up and going, so you can do that, but that's optional. More importantly, I just want to say thank you so much for every month making some room in your schedule and your heart to listen to these readings. Without you, it wouldn't exist here. This channel wouldn't exist, and I'd be doing something else. So keep up the likes, the subscribes, and all the comments. It means a lot. And in the meantime, have a fantastic holiday, a great new year, and I can't wait to see you again in January. Take care of yourselves. Sat Nam. Bye-bye.